All right, everybody. Today, the Bitcoin blues, the alt life of alts. Yes, it's a bear market, but not because of politics. DYOR and DBT news, along with True DeFi, coming to the party. Yes, it's true. Crypto is being innovative and iterating about as fast as you can believe. All that tonight, plus live Q&A. If anyone is awake. Let's get to it.
Here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen. Tell me that you're gassed up, I'll pass you a flask full of jack love. At last, I'm at peace with this vast blood. Only took a crash, landing down in the trash mud to figure out why I've been so smashed up. Holy moly, lonely, only when I'm coldly zoning cozy.
Welcome, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone, wherever in the world you're coming to us from. Welcome to the DYOR Media Network. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here on the great interwebs. Today we've got some good stuff for you. We're getting back on the air as DYOR is getting closer to having some big announcements, which will be coming out in the next few weeks. And so we took a lot of time off in the summer. We're getting back to it, and we're going to start having shows for you every week with good stuff in it. Tonight's more of a testing one again as we get our legs back on it. I've rebuilt the studio here in Chicago, where I am now, and working out all the bugs. So we'll just have a quick show for you tonight, going over those topics I mentioned before, taking a little Q&A if there are any. But we'll be broadcasting tonight. We're in the DYOR Global TG. And we are on YouTube on the DYOR Media Network. We're on Twitch. Search DYOR Media if you want to multitask on your mobile device and can't watch YouTube because it cuts off. We're also throwing it on Facebook. And now we have the ability to stream to Twitter, finally, after a long time. Long time. But let's get to it. Bitcoin. Why are we in the Bitcoin blues? Why are we in the Bitcoin blues? We're in the Bitcoin blues because we're in DeFi. Generally, everything we talk about here, most of what I list over here is altcoins, but I have a couple of our DeFi projects up on top. But more or less, those of us here in DeFi world are suffering the Bitcoin blues, along with everyone in the altcoin world as well. And that's because Bitcoin is down. It's down. It's in one of its pullbacks that it regularly has over the past 10 years. It's, according to the charts, it's not lower than some super special thing, like, oh, it's a doom and gloom type thing, but it's low. And all the major markets, NASDAQ, the S&P 500, all the big, kind of the big secondary markets to the New York Stock Exchange, they're all in the dumps right now because of the economy. And we'll get into that in a minute. And that brings Bitcoin down. As the big institutional investors got into Bitcoin, they obviously pumped up the value by throwing a lot of money into it. But also they trade it in baskets of stocks now to limit, or in baskets of financial instruments to limit their exposure and risk. So when they sell, when they see the market's going to go down or some bad news is coming out, like the consumer price index, or higher inflation or higher unemployment, something like that, they sell their baskets of stuff, and that now includes Bitcoin. And that tanks. That pushes the altcoins down, pushes everything down because people are trading baskets of cryptos. And all of our projects here in DeFi all have to have a value based on something, and that's based on the coin of the underlying chain. For us at DYOR, currently we're on the BSC chain. So our underlying coin is generally BNB. It doesn't have to be like that, but that's generally the rule. And the same with Ethereum. Ethereum projects are all down because Ethereum's at a quarter of what it was a little while ago. Kronos is down. Pick one. Matic, down. Everything down. Down. And so the Bitcoin blues causes the proverbial poop to start at the top and roll downhill. Now, we all know it's going to go back up. If you look at the chart that Wes has shown us before, that this pullback is still above the high of some other giant pump that Bitcoin has done. So it's in a good spot. And this $18,000 level that it kind of hit was the lows that were called by a lot of people. And it's been bouncing and trading in this area between $18,000 and $21,000 now for a while. As people say, well, it's consolidating. Which consolidating is generally a bullshit term. It's better to use the term indecisive instead of consolidating. Indecisive means that it's just people don't know what to do. They're trading it just for fun. Institutions are thinking that something may happen, but nothing's happening. The only thing that it does, it goes up a little bit, and then the Fed or the U.S. government releases some jobs numbers or consumer price index, or inflation number, and then people panic. Oh my God, I have to sell, must sell, and so they sell, and it goes back down. But it's saying the floor is right around 18,500, somewhere in there, and it's just trading in this zone right now, which means all of our projects are mirrored in the dumps where the last BNB dump left us. Which is not good. It's not good because people have pulled their money out of crypto. As you know here at DYOR, we tried to bring education to the market and educate people. We're just getting ready to start doing that, actually. But we did a lot of it through this show and all that. But obviously we weren't going to reach, if we reached 0.001% of the people that needed to be reached, most of the people that invested in crypto got freaked out by the lowering value of everything. They just thought that because the value of your project went down, that you guys are doing a terrible job. But really, when BNB goes down by half, your project goes down by, I don't know what the ratio is, but it's more than half. It goes down a lot because of the cascading effect of BNB going down, and then you pairing your project with BNB. So the value of it, it's a big formula. In other words, when it tanks, it sucks. When it goes up, it's awesome. Like when SafeMoon went crazy more than a year ago, I guess about 13, 14 months ago, it was going so crazy, it pushed BNB from about $25, $27 when I first started looking at it, to $100. All of a sudden, BNB's at $600. So the value of SafeMoon didn't just, go up 1,000% because SafeMoon went up that much. It went up because its underlying BNB product did a 10x, almost a 20x. And so that caused the liquidity pool for SafeMoon to balloon like crazy, to go absolutely bonkers. And thus its market cap went even higher. And people made a whole ton of money. That's not going on right now. It's the other way. LPs are going down, and money's coming out of it. The total value of the crypto market was $3 billion. Now it's $3 trillion. Now it's about 800 million or so. There's a graph that Wes taught us about that tracks that, and the money's come out, and the money has come out of it. And like I started to say, it's not just a politics. It's not just because, my president, your crazy plastic face Speaker of the House versus your old geriatric president of the Senate, or I forget what the leader of the Senate is called. I guess the president of the Senate, but that's not the person I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what political party you're in. The monetary policy isn't set by Congress. It's set by the Fed. And the Fed is like most countries have, is they have an independent bank whose only customer is the government, in this case the Fed, the Federal Bank of the United States. Its customer is the U.S. government, and it's charged with making an economy that's good for everybody and to spur growth. And they want to do that by keeping inflation low and making sure there's enough money in the economy to grow without inflation going crazy. That didn't happen recently. Didn't happen for a couple of reasons. They got all out of whack, and they're raising rates like crazy, which is causing this bear market that I was talking about earlier. Yes, we're in a bear market. It's not because of politics. It's because of the Fed. Started because of politics, because of COVID. In the U.S., we were actually doing pretty well. Interest rates were at historic lows. Unemployment was pretty good too. And then this COVID thing happened, and the government just started throwing money at everybody. In Canada, they recently elected, not recently, but 5 years ago, elected a liberal government. The previous government wasn't doing any deficit spending. They had the budget in control. And their new liberal government just had 15 years of no new social programs, so they cranked up the money. Printing presses, cranked up the money. They said, we got to spend, and they did. Billions. Country is in debt. Then COVID happened. Bad timing. And so they printed all kinds of billions of dollars, sent that money out to the economy, gave it away, which ultimately is a good thing. You know, that's what the government's supposed to do. In a time of need, it's supposed to step in, do what it can. That's what government's for. And the programs in the U.S. and Canada largely worked, helping companies with wages, helping people keep their jobs, being able to pay rent, keep their mortgages. All the myriad of different programs worked, except it put trillions of dollars into an economy that didn't need it. It didn't need it. The people need it in their pockets, but the overall economy didn't need it. They had plenty of money in it. And so that started the inflation talk. All this new money is out there. Inflation's going to go up. So it started creeping up a little bit. Then the war in Ukraine hit. And once the oil supply got threatened, oil supply and food supply got threatened, inflation just started rocketing. And inflation is they use these low numbers like 5 and 7%, and you're like, oh, okay, big deal, 5 and 7%. But you forget, you gotta compound that stuff year after year. If you have inflation 7% a year, only in like 10 years is your money worth half of what it was, and everything you own is worth half. Its value is half. It doesn't mean that the price goes. Your $1 million house is now worth $500,000. Just that your purchasing power of the money you have buys half the value, because all the prices go up because of this inflation. And so the Federal Reserve has stepped in to say, okay, we can't do it. We got to raise interest rates. And when the Federal Reserve does that, other countries kind of fall in line and do very similar things. Canada did that too. So they've raised their rates a lot, which hammering mortgages that are variable rate mortgages. As those start to tick up and people's payments start to get higher, foreclosures are going to start happening. All sorts of bad stuff happens when this goes on. However, the Fed does is in good times, they put money into the economy to spur it, to increase this money supply. And by raising the rates, they're doing the opposite. They're taking money out. They're not lending as much. Rates are higher. People are paying more money back to banks. Banks are paying the Fed back the money they borrowed. So they're trying to contract the growth of the economy to a responsible level. And growth just doesn't mean like, oh, everybody's richer. Growth just means the cost of things. It means all sorts of things. They're trying to rein in the cost and the supply chain mess that we're in by rising interest rates. And so with the Fed doing that, they're trying to they're essentially putting us into a bear market, which really isn't fair, because we don't want to be in a bear market. We want to be in a bull market so we can make money investing in crypto and stocks and all that. But that's not how it works. What they're doing is they're causing the value of the U.S. dollar to go up versus the euro. The U.S. dollar is now worth €1 for the first time since basically a couple of months after the euro was invented. And that's good. America's dollar is strong. Yay, it's strong. Bad part is that our exports are now really expensive as compared to before. So while things in the U.S. will sell well, when we export our products to other countries, they will be far too expensive for people to buy as compared to competitors in China and other places. So that's what's going on with the bear market. Like I said, it's not always politics. You can talk politics all you want about it. And if Congress passes a special rule or special financial funding mechanism or tax break or something like that to mess with the economy, then obviously it is Congress' fault. But day to day, it's the Fed. And the Fed is what, by raising rates and constricting the money supply, they're putting us in a bear market. But it's to prevent a really big bear market. That's the goal. You know, the fear is that always that word depression comes in, which, you know, is just about impossible now with all the controls in the economy and that. But still, you gotta worry about that. And we want the economy to be smooth running, because when it is, it's consistent. And when economies are consistent, people can bet on things, and they can get credit. They can bet on things being stable. Banks are happy, investors are happy, and businesses work well. When it's not, it doesn't. And that's like crypto right now, because it is not working well right now. Because times have changed. A year ago, people were throwing money in it. It was going up like crazy. The millennial generation just start throwing money at it, much younger than me. And projects were very successful because you'd launch a project, and generally people would invest enough in it that it had a nice base to it and could grow. And then people would judge the project based on it reaching its milestones. Now, with the money taken out of it and people so scared about what's going on with crypto, people sell very quickly. The obvious term is they're jeeting right out of it. And I've been trying to figure this out for a while and spending a lot of time looking at it. And it's not just people trading, everyone trading, changing trading strategies. It's also a different demographic coming into the market. The typical millennial in the U.S., Europe and stuff has $500, has $1,000, has $10,000 to put in crypto, and doesn't watch it like, oh my God. I mean, we all suffer from watching crypto like, oh, stare at our phone. But it's not like they're betting the family farm on it or their month-long salary. It's just their extra money that they had. Got their Christmas bonus or birthday money, something like that. Or they're actually making money at work. What happened is once the big pumps happened in late 2021, or in mid 2021, late 2021, the rest of the world started getting involved. And the rest of the world isn't in the same wealth status as the U.S. and Europe, as what's called the OECD countries, OECD, whichever it is, the Western first world economies. There's a lot of people in the world, in India and China, Vietnam, the other Asian countries, in which $5, $10, maybe even $100 is their month's salary. And they heard all they have to do is get this Trust Wallet thing or the SafePal or whatever, MetaMask, and they can put that money in there. And it might turn into $1,000. And they're like, whoa, we got to do this. And so all of a sudden you had a massive influx, millions of kids from these other countries investing, which is a good thing. This is a very good thing. The problem is as soon as you have a loss of confidence, that's literally their rent money and their starvation money. So in the past, when they're willing to let things turn $10 into $100, they're not doing that anymore. They're turning $10 into $20 or $40, and they're immediately selling the pump. And tons of them do it. They have these big trading groups with 9,000, 10,000 people in them, and they invest in tokens. And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, it's people are starting to sell." And so then they don't sell a lot, but a lot of people sell a little, and your project jeets, and it goes right down. But they turn $20 into $50. That's an extra month's salary for them. So they're happy. Meanwhile, you're sitting there with your $1,000 turned into $50, after they all jeet out. And you're like, wait a minute, the project just launched. Nothing really happened. And pre-sellers are selling. It's just a mess. So what I call is the jeet effect. And it's not necessarily a negative stereotype onto one person, even though people are trying to force it into something. it just means that the whole new group of investors came in with a lower threshold for starting money and then a lower threshold for a number of X's that they want before they will sell. And earlier on, months ago, their tolerance was much higher. They would let it go higher before they would slowly start to sell. Now it's 2X, 3X, any launch of any project, 2X, 3X, boom, it tanks because all these guys get out. People take their one B&B and leave. And that's what they've left the party for it. So that's causing, in a roundabout way, this blasé effect of like, oh, no project launches well anymore. No project launches. They launch, everything's good, it holds on, all of a sudden it's below its launch price. Even if the launch was fair and the price was, say, was at 5 cents, it'll trade down to 2 cents because people will sell at a loss because the Jeets will be like, oh, I turned my $20 into $10. I can't risk it going to 5, then we won't eat, so I need to sell it. So they sell it at $10 and lower the price of your project below its launch price. It really sucks. It really, really sucks. It's like, as I say, people starting up a business, you borrow money from your uncle, you open up a storefront on Main Street or on High Street. The day you open up your store, you open up the door and customers walk in and you make some money and you're like, hey, this is good. So happy with my new store. And then your uncle shows up and says, hey, I want my money back. You're like, wait a minute, it's the first day. That's not what investments in small businesses do. So that's what's going on now. Basically, everybody's, I have to take my initial out, and I can't wait for 50x. I need 2x. So they're in essence showing up on day one for a business and getting their startup capital back. Just no fair to the project. It lowers their liquidity. And as the liquidity gets lowered, a couple more sells, and it drops the price. So far, that lose confidence. And we've had a number of projects recently that were good projects just close up. Close up because that loss of confidence in them. Not that they weren't meeting their goals and developing their project or product. Not that they weren't doing anything wrong. Just the people were scared, so they didn't invest, or they asked for their money back. And once a new project gets down low enough, people don't want to come back. They'll say, start over. We'll have examples of that later. Anyway, that's it for this segment of the show. I'm going to come back in a minute and take some questions and try a few of my technology trickeroonies here. We'll be right back.
The race to zero is over. Zero compromise in your data. Zero commission in your trade. Victory is yours. Take it. Webull. Invest smart, trade free.
The best money we've ever had. With a different kind of money comes a different kind of card. A metal card, powered by crypto. Every time you spend, you get 3% back instantly. Want more? We've got that too. Paired with a powerful and secure app that lets you manage your digital assets in one place. Have an issue? Connect with a real person 24/7. Don't like fees? Neither do we. Oh, one more thing. How about these perks? The future is here. Reserve yours now.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Welcome, everyone, joining us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. We're going out everywhere. We're testing everything tonight. Like I said at the beginning on the first segment, this is second in a series of tests in our studio that I reset up in Chicago in order to get back on track for bringing content regarding DYOR and all of the projects that we're associated with, including DBT, and now True DeFi in the house also. Not associated with them, just sharing common developers, common community, and helping promote each other's projects. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I've got the, as many of you know, when you join my live shows, there seems to be glitches, but I've set the new studio up well, and the software seems to be running okay now. The only trick that I haven't done yet is have 6 guests on. When that happens, the CPU goes to 100. Bad things happen. Bad things happen. Anyway, the part I didn't cover in the opening part, if you didn't notice, I recorded it about 2 hours ago to get it out of the way, because I had a lot of topics on my mind, and being able to record that and have that constant stream of thought is really good. It's good. It's good practice to be able to do that impromptu and kind of get back going here for doing these shows. And the reason we want to do these shows is that starting this week, starting the week of July 18th, we're going to have team members on from DYOR talking about our next steps. That's right, our next steps. DYOR has been taking baby steps, and some may say baby steps backwards, for a while now. But we've been developing our new website. And our new website, as we've promised for a long time, is meant to exist to help investors look at projects, and to help projects basically look at themselves and get data on their own self as well. And so the DYOR project will be helping not just retail investors, but projects also, to make sure that they fall into categories of safe projects, strong projects, make sure investors have lessons and learn videos, educational sessions, all that type of stuff. So people can do their own research from both sides. Like I said in a show a while ago, we want to be like the cable company. The cable company gets paid from both sides. They get the subscribers they pay, and the people that want to put content on the cable system have to pay too. Okay, we don't want to be exactly like the cable company, because they're all going out of losing subscribers like crazy. But the point is that when we have both sides of the industry, retail and the projects, not just on paid accounts, there's be plenty of free stuff. We'll get a lot of eyeballs on our project. And so I'll leave the details, which I'm not that particularly involved in the details, since I'm not a web developer or a back-end systems dev or a DevOps guy or anything like that. I am just this face and mouth on this show, telling people what's going on. But I'm going to leave that to our CEO, Jason, to talk about it this coming week. But it's good news. It's good news, and a lot of projects that say, load up your bags, the time has come, and then they never deliver something, are going to be put to shame here, because I'm telling you, load up your bags. Good things are coming, and we'll be having a whole, as they say, a whole systematic release of information building up to the launch of our new products. And that'll happen over a few weeks, and I'm so excited to finally have some good news to talk about in crypto. And that will be DYOR reaching its goal of bringing its utility to the market. How that happens and where we are in that process, like I said, I'll leave up to our CEO, Jason. But it's safe to say it's time to load up those bags, guys. And speaking of loading up the bags, I might say our the price in DYOR, I think, is anticipating it, because we started talking about this 2 weeks ago or so ago, that hinting that the utility is starting to come out, and our price has gone up almost 30% since June, almost a month. The past month, our price has gone up 30%. And Bitcoin has not. So we traded a little outside of Bitcoin. If you overlay the Bitcoin map, it's not the same like many projects. Ours has actually gone up a little bit and been a little divergent. So that's good. So if you are a DYOR investor, it's time to buy a little bit more. And if you're new to this, come back and listen to our talks here. I'll be on a lot talking about DYOR again. I'll have our team members on, and I'll have other people from the community on asking questions and demoing products as we release them. But like I said, I'll leave that up to Jason, and he'll start off by coming on the air sometime this week, either tomorrow, which actually would be today by now, or on Wednesday. Likely what we're going to do is we're going to have a new show. I do this late night with striking thing, or DYO, or a late show. There's so many problems with the names for these things and trademarking. But I think what we're going to do is do DYOR live, and we're going to do the hour before the Disco Burn Token Crypto Chit Chat series with Carmen Crypto that I co-host with her. And that's on at 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday and Wednesday. And so I think at 7 p.m., we're going to go on for an hour before that and lead right into their show. And then we can talk about DYOR and DBT and have a nice question and answer session and bring that whole audience into Carmen's Crypto Chit Chat series. So I think that's what we're going to do with a new show called DYOR Live. I don't want to talk too much about it because I haven't got it all figured out yet. We're trying to put together a good PR plan to really knock out of the park this launch of our website and the utility and all that. So I have to do that right. Got Sanjeev in the house. Welcome, Sanjeev. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. See if we got any questions in the TG. Sanjeev says thanks. Can't talk. Let's check the YouTuber. Answered some questions about YouTube earlier. Let's go to the Twitter. Let's see. Oh, my computer's starting to go slow again. If you're on the YouTube, feel free to drop a comment here, ask a question, or you can throw down an insult if you want, as long as you subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribers. We just reached the 2,000 goal for subscribers, and we're quite happy about that. It's been, our YouTube channel now is about 8 months old, and we have recently, in the end of January, we got monetized, and we've earned a whole $100. Oh, let's see. Getting some comments here from Disco. He's joined us back. Let's see what he has to say. Did you see the FUD room made it to Twitter? Oh, no. The FUD room made it to Twitter. And definitely, I got you there. It's not safe for work. If you've been to the FUD room, it is not safe for work at all. For those of you who don't know, the DBT FUD room, Disco Burn Token FUD room, they started a secondary token called the Disco FUD token. And the FUD room was an initial project started to take all the negativity out of the main chat that various people bring in, put them in their own room with no rules and say, go at it, insult the coin, insult whatever. And people took alternate personalities and everything is reversed. And like the Bobby bot mentions sells instead of buys. There's no tax on selling. There's a little high tax on buying. And it's meant to just be a place where people can let stress out. But, man, when you turn the filters off, people let it fly. Hello, Kishore Kumar. What is the current price of DYOR? It is a lot of zeros and 3. It's up from a lot of zeros, 5 zeros and 2.2 from a month ago to a lot of zeros and 3. It's way down. We're down about 8x from our high of our new contract. We followed the Bitcoin sell-off and the BNB dump from $600 down to $200. And while Bitcoin has lost and BNB have lost, gone down 60% from 60,000 to 20,000. Because the way liquidity pools work in DeFi, our project's based on BNB, it goes down even further from that. And it causes people to sell because they think the project is failing when really BNB has gone down by 60%. It's a lot. But thanks for tuning in and thanks for asking. Let's put some more up here. Any changes to reduce at least 2 zeros? Yes. Yes, and you probably just tuned in just after I talked about it. The reason I'm back on the air talking about DYOR again is this is a setup show as we're getting our shows back online. Because DYOR for a number of months has been promising our utility to come out and our new website that will help educate the public and help projects ensure that they are legitimate projects by following certain I don't know the best way to say it, but helping retail investors be educated and learn so they can do their own research and have all the information they need to trade. And also so projects can make sure that they follow a checklist of things to do and to get on a list of vetted projects so that our new learned retail investors can invest in them. And that's going to be coming out here. I'm not going to say when. What I'm telling you is that we're starting a series of shows to start to release the information about that. And starting this week, our CEO, Jason, will appear on this show to start talking about that and start as he's been working on it with the team for a number of months, and they're going to start releasing parts of it over a number of shows, in which it culminates in a live website being released to the people to use, and it's our project's goals have always been to have a utility that people have to pay for, or at least the premium products of it. I don't think Jason's figured out the payment part of it yet, but we want to be able to launch it and have paying customers, thus being able to support the project and the token. As Disco says, utility is currently undergoing alpha testing by the team. Because I invested $1,000 in a while ago when it was high, it went to pennies. So disappointed. Yes, we understand. Although I shouldn't have gone to pennies. I guess I forget how much it's gone down. But it depends when you invest. If you invested in November, when we really boomed, and that was actually version 2, not version 1, that was when we had our liquidity pool problem, and it boomed artificially high, and then the first sells out of it went way down. But our plan with our new utility is to pump the price up here, and not quickly. It's not going to pump anything up in a month or two. But as we bring on clients and customers and people start paying for our products, just like any real company, it will support the token and the price will go up. And so all of us, including you, I know you invested your $1,000 and it hurts to lose that. Many of us on the team, none of us got anything for free here, I might add. Nobody in DYOR got anything for free, except someone we kicked out of the project a while ago. We've invested our own money, and so we've seen it go down dramatically in the past few months. But also I want to make sure that, I'm not saying your name correctly, Kishore Kumar, make sure you're looking at the pricing for version 3. I think PooCoin In other places, they'll still show the old contract price, but our new contract starts with 0x1005. I'm just gonna put that in the chat. I'm just gonna put a link to the PooCoin chart because we did a consolidation. We got rid of our old contract and got the new one, and just make sure that you have fewer amount of tokens that dropped. I think we dropped 11 zeros or something like that. I'm gonna drop this in the. I think I might have the controls on, so you can't post. No, I can post that. So make sure you're looking at the right chart, Kumar, for pricing. But I have to say, I mirror your thoughts about, yes, we're all disappointed in the price. But so a lot of people bought Bitcoin at 60,000 and it went down a lot. People bought SafeMoon at 5 and it went down. I think it went down 20x. It's a lot. Oh, good. So you are aware of the migration. Yeah, so you got fewer tokens. We dropped 11 decimal places. But we also dropped 11 decimal places off the supply also. So you ended up with the same value. Unfortunately, since the launch of our contract, the version 3, the value's gone down. Due to Bitcoin going down, market conditions, people jeeting out to try and take their money and score 50x on another project, which they're not doing. They're just losing their money. So that's what's going on. I appreciate you tuning in and asking questions. Even if they're not pleasant, that's what we're here for, to answer. So I've talked a lot about DBT or DYOR. Let's talk about DBT a little bit. Starting in the month of September, they're going to be restarting their buy and burn competition. And they've got a lot of things going on, especially with the FUD room. They've announced that Robert Farthing, otherwise known as Dr. Loyalty here on Telegram, has joined as the vice president of the FUD room, and Dr. Loyalty, he can spread FUD. He can FUD his own children. Let's put it that way. But with DBT getting ready to get back with the buy and burn, DBT is also joining the DYOR project in its I don't know what the right way to say it is. It's not migration, but not merger, and not a bridge, but just also we're going to be moving towards the new Pulse chain that's going to be launching. It's a new blockchain that's coming out that's got literally billions of dollars of invested in it already. And it's going to explode on day one. Everybody hope the blockchain. I'm not saying DYOR is going to explode or DBT. But so there's lots of good things going on. I encourage everyone to go to DBT's TG and also check out the FUD room. It's not safe for work, that's for sure. If you're on a computer that monitors what you do not go to the FUD room. Sorry, it's 1:15 in the morning here in Chicago, and had to pick up my son from work, and so I'm just having my first drink of the evening, helping me get through this on-air situation here. Let's see, what does Disco have to say? He's correcting me and saying bridging to Pulse chain. And so what that means is that our BSC, DYOR, and DBT's contract will exist on the BSC chain, and then will exist on Pulse chain, and you'll be able to move your money between the two places. Or move your tokens, however you want to phrase it, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing for two reasons. One, it gives you another avenue to move money from one chain to the other. And two, because price differentials happen between the two contracts, it means arbitration will happen between the two to keep the prices the same. someone that might set up a bot or do it manually and buy one and sell the other, buy one, sell the other, and arb these things. Which people complain about those arb bots taking money out of projects and things like that. But what they do is generate volume and tokenomics. And when regular retail investors have taken a break from investing in your project, couple of small sales here and there, and the arb bots do their thing, and so you end up with double the amounts of buys and sells. So you get volume and tokenomics generated from it. So it's not all bad. But bridging to Pulse Chain is going to be good because it's going to have massive PR. The head of the whole Pulse thing is the guy that did the whole Hex thing, and it's not going to go into that at all right now because that's a 10-hour show in itself. But it's a good thing because they really boomed their product and have a very loyal community and a very big following. And getting the DBT and DYOR community exposed to that right at the beginning is likely to be a very good thing. Let's see, what else do I have in my notes here? Well, yeah, XRP just went to $9. Disco just jumped. No, I'm just kidding. Just seeing if you're still paying attention. What else is going on? Let me look for my notes here real quick. If there's any questions or comments, just let me know. Might as well go check the socials while I'm at it. We've had a lot of viewers on Twitter. The Twitter viewers aren't used to seeing us broadcasting on Twitter, so it's good. It's good to see that happen. I already had 90 viewers. Ultimately, on Twitter, the views aren't that long. But if you catch them at the right time, people will stick around for a while. Eventually, the analytics will show us that. So that's good. On Twitch, we've had 3. Thank you 3 viewers on Twitch. I appreciate it. And Facebook doesn't tell you until a couple of days later. Well, let's see. I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about tonight. Like I said, this was just a short show to test everything. Make sure that I don't have anything going on. Oh, wait, we do. Tim R has joined us again here. Tim, welcome back. He's asking questions. How about bridging DYOR to XRPL? Disco just replied, soon. One of the good things that we have going for us is that we've got a very good developer working for us that understands blockchains very well and creating them from scratch. So our ability to move from one project to another and bring other blockchains and other bridging opportunities or working with other projects on different parts of the great cryptosphere is notches above other people. And that's great. It's great, but we need more volume to be able to generate tokenomics to really be able to engage these people at a better rate. I mean, soon to your $9 XRP, Disco says. All right. Sorry, Tim. We did not actually answer your question. How about bridging DYOR to XRP? Actually, I don't even know what XRPL is. But having it interoperate, frankly, I think we can, through Rubik, we can interchange with XRP right now. Or at least sell XRP to buy DYOR. I think we can do that, right? Anyway, if anyone has any questions, now would be the time to queue them up because I'm coming to the end of this. I had this scheduled for an hour. And I'm going to stick to it because I need my beauty sleep. like I said, I'll be on tomorrow. Actually, today. I guess today at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which would be, I guess, tomorrow at midnight UTC. The DBT Crypto Chit Chat series will be on, and Carmen Crypto will be interviewing another guest in the cryptosphere right here on the DYOR Media Network. It will be broadcast on YouTube and Twitch and wherever else, other room I can get it broadcast into, but also in the DBT Telegram. Disco is letting me know XRPL is a much more exclusive chain. As far as I know, a bridge isn't fully possible yet. We would need a full migration. Not doing that again. Never say never, Disco. Never say never. So anyway, the upcoming shows that we have, if you're watching this on the replay, you can pretty much ignore this because the shows will likely be over by the time you've seen this. Monday, the 18th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is Tuesday the 19th at basically midnight UTC. The DBT Crypto Chit Chat series with Carmen will be on. An hour before that, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time / New York time, and 11 p.m. UTC, I'll be on with the DYOR live show. It'll be our new show, which will essentially look just like this, but it won't be late night. It'll be during the day, and I'll be having guests from the team on talking about how we are starting to build towards our release of our new website and everything that comes along with that. So with that, I am going to wrap this up for the evening. I'm tired. The other day I drove from Ottawa to Toronto, then Toronto to Chicago. Been up late working on this stuff a lot. And crypto can't let you get tired. We all know it's a 24-hour thing. I do these shows late at night for two reasons. One, to practice new setups and that, but two, it gets the different part of the world. It gets Asia and Australia. And as I get later into the night, it gets other parts. It gets the morning in Europe also as everyone's commuting to work. Martin, where are you? Martin, you're at work now. You're at work. It's 5:30 in Belgium. You're at work. And you normally listen to us. Disco, thank you very much. Have a good night yourself. I know you're up late again. Hope the hand heals well. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this evening. From the DYOR Global Headquarters, DYOR Media Network Global Headquarters, here in Chicago. Adios, amigos.